Genetic code. During replication and transcription, a nucleic acid was copied to form another nucleic acid. We already know this happens in transcription. Okay, and replication. Hence, these processes are easy to conceptualize on the basis of complementarity. The process of translation requires a transfer of genetic information from a polymer of nucleotides to a polymer of amino acid. Neither does any complementarity exist between the nucleotides and amino acid, nor could be drawn theoretically. There existed ample evidences, though, to support the notion that change in nucleic acid were responsible for change in the amino acid in proteins. This led to the proposition of a genetic code that could direct the sequence of amino acid during synthesis of protein. Okay. If determining the biochemical nature of genetic material and the structure of DNA was very exciting, the proposition and deciphering of the genetic code were almost challenging. Most challenging. Okay. In a very true sense, it required involvement of scientists from several disciplines, that is, a physicist, organic chemist, biochemist, and genetics. It was George Gamhow, a physicist, who argued that since there are only 4 bases and if they have to code for 20 amino acids, the code should constitute a combination of bases. He suggested that in order to code for all the 20 amino acids, the code should be made up of 3 nucleotides. This was a very bold proposition because a permutation combination of 4:3, that is 4 into 4 into 4, would generate 64 codons, generating many more codons than required. Providing proof that the codon was a triplet was a more daunting task. Okay. Now, the chemical method developed by Hargobind Khurana, instrumental in synthesizing RNA molecules with defined combinations of bases, that is homopolymers and copolymers. Okay, Marshall-Nirenberg's cell-free system for protein synthesis finally helped the code to be deciphered. Severo-Oka enzyme, that is polynucleotide phosphorylase, was also helpful in polymerizing RNA with defined sequences in a template independent manner. Okay, that is enzymatic synthesis of RNA. Finally, a checkerboard for genetic code was prepared, which is given in table 6.1. Okay, you can see this table in your textbook and you can see the various codes given. That is for phenylalanine it is UUU. Okay, for leucine it is UUA. Okay, so this is a triplet code which is given for each amino acid. Now, when we talk about the genetic code, during translation there is a transfer of genetic information from polymer of nucleotides to polymer of amino acid. We already know this. Now, genetic code is the triplet form of nitrogenous bases. Okay, for phenylalanine it is UUU. So this is a triplet code for a nitrogenous base. Okay, UUU, this is a triplet code which will code for the amino acid, that is phenylalanine. It directs the sequence of amino acid. There are 4 bases. I already told there are 4 bases, A, U, C and G. Okay, and 20 natural amino acids. So the genetic codes are triplet. Okay, we can say 4 into 4 into 4. So that is 64. So we can say that code is triplet, and much more code was given. So Hargobind Khurana proved that genetic code is a triplet and he was awarded for this. Okay. Now, what are the characteristics of this genetic code, or we can say what are the salient features of this genetic code? Now, in this genetic code, we can say that it is a triplet. The codon is triplet. 61 codons would code for an amino acid. 3 are the stop codons, which is UAA, UGA and UAG. Okay. Now the codon is triplet. 61 codons code for amino acid and 3 codons do not code for any amino acids, and these are the stop codons. Okay, that is UAA, UGA and UAG. Okay, second is unambiguous and specific over non-overlapping, that is one codon is equal to code for only one amino acid. So the codon, we can say it is unambiguous and specific, that is one codon codes for only one amino acid. Like if we talk about UUU, this is a codon and this will code only for an amino acid which is phenylalanine. Okay, we'll take another example like UUA is another codon which will code for only one amino acid, that is leucine. So in this way the codon is unambiguous and specific, okay, that is non-overlapping, and one codon will code for only one amino acid. Now some amino acids are coded by more than one codon. Okay, so this is the degeneracy of the code, that is degenerate. This is like UUA, UUG, CUU, CUA and CUG. All these codons code for the amino acid which is leucine. So this is degeneracy, that means more than one codon can code for a particular amino acid. In unambiguous it was said that one codon will code for only one amino acid, but many codons can be there which will code for a particular amino acid. Okay, here you can see in this diagram that UUA, CU, UUG and CUC etc. are the codons which can code for amino acid, that is leucine. So that is the degeneracy. Now in this codon there is no this codon, okay, is read in messenger RNA in a contiguous fashion and there are no punctuation, or it is commaless, we can say that. It will be like like this. If it is UUA, CUU, so we'll read it like this. This is leucine, this is for leucine, then UUU, this is for phenylalanine. Okay, so there is no punctuation between this. It will be in a contiguous fashion. Other is it is universal. Okay, for example, from bacteria to human, all the codons would code for a specific amino acid which will be same in bacteria as well as human, but some exceptions to this are there. Okay, and we cannot rule out this, and they have been found in mitochondrial codons and in some protozoans. Okay, and other is AUG codon has the dual function, like it will code for methionine amino acid and it also acts as an initiator codon. So these are the 6 points that the genetic code is a triplet. 61 codons code for amino acid, 3 are stop codons. Okay, that is UAA, UGA, UAG. The code is unambiguous, that is one codon will code for only one amino acid. It also shows degeneracy, that means more than one for a specific coding of a specific amino acid, more codons can be used. The reading on messenger RNA has no comma, it is commaless or no punctuation. And universal, it is universal from bacteria to human, like UUU will code for phenylalanine in bacteria as well as human, but to this exceptions are there and we cannot rule out the exceptions. Okay, exceptions you have to learn. And AUG is a codon which is having a dual function, that is it codes for an amino acid, that is methionine, and it also acts as an initiator codon. Okay, so this is the genetic code. Now mutation and genetic code. Okay, now what do you understand by mutation? Point mutation is a change in single base pair, as we saw in the 5th chapter. That was an example of sickle cell anemia. Okay, a single base pair was changed. Okay, from GAG it became GUG. Okay, so the amino acid was changed, and due to this change, that is here, okay, what happened? the amino acid chain and the hemoglobin polymerization was affected. So sickle cell anemia is a classical example of this single base pair chain, that is point mutation. Now there are also frame shift mutations, that is deletion or insertion of one or two bases, so the reading frame will be shifted. Like if the reading frame is A T, okay, I'll explain you with an example which is given in your textbook. Suppose we write Ram has red, okay, cap. Now we know that this would be in a continuous, read in a continuous fashion. If we insert a B here, okay, so now the code becomes Ram has Bri DCAP. Okay, if we also insert another thing here, okay, you can say I inserted B here. Okay, so now the code becomes Ram has Bri DRC app. Okay, so this is an example of insertion. So while inserting any base, the frame of reading will be changed, and these kind of mutations are called frame shift mutations. These are called what? Frame shift mutation. Okay, also it can be deleted, like I'll explain you with an example. Ram has red cap. Okay, so if this R was deleted, okay, here now it becomes Ram has EDC app. Okay, also if this was deleted, H was deleted, it becomes what? Ram as a DCA app. It would be read in this fashion, like Ram as a EDCA, and a whole sentence change. So the reading frame change, which was Ram has red cap. Okay, so this is what? This is a frame shift mutation. Okay, so we can say that in frame shift mutations, deletion or insertion of one or two bases changes the reading frame. Okay, so this was the genetic code. These were the characteristics of genetic code which are very important, and this was the mutation. Okay, in mutation we can say that the relationship between genes and DNA are best understood by mutation studies. Okay, effects of large deletion and rearrangement in a segment of DNA are easy to comprehend. It may result in loss or a gain of a gene and so a function. The effect of point mutation will be explained here. A classical example of point mutation is a change of single base pair in the gene for beta globin chain that results in the chain of amino acid residue, that is glutamate to valine. It results into a disease condition called a sickle cell anemia. Effect of point mutation that inserts or deletes a base in structural gene can be better understood by the following simple example. Okay, this I have explained with the help of an example, that was Ram has a red cap. So a particular example for the point mutation is the sickle cell anemia, where glutamate was changed for valine, due to which there was change in the beta globin chain of hemoglobin. And this is the frame, and second one is the frame shift mutation, where insertion or deletion of any one or two bases will change the whole reading frame. Okay, so this was all about the genetic code and mutation in the genetic code. Okay.